Hello everyone! This video is part of a series where we are exploring TypeScript's features with the help of a React application. Our main goal is to learn how to better type our code to improve confidence and velocity in development. In the previous video, we have explored the basics of objects in TypeScript, so how to type objects, and we have implemented this little code here. So I'm leaving the code here in the screen because I want to do a few modifications. I want to explore a few possibilities with you here in this code. The first one relates to the fact that we always need to provide all the attributes whenever we are initializing a product. So if I try to initialize a product without a title, TypeScript is going to complain, right? It's going to say that the title is missing in my type. It may be the case, and it will often be the case, that not every single attribute of my product is going to be required. For example, it may be the case that I don't want to pass a tags whatsoever, or maybe a category. Maybe the product does not have a category. So for the case of tags, I can pass just an empty string, right? So if I come here and I delete all these tags, this is still valid, but I am not allowed to omit the tags altogether. Let's see how we could do that in TypeScript. So in TypeScript, in order to indicate that a certain attribute of an object is optional, we can mark it with a question mark, like so. So let's say that both the tags and the category are not mandatory in the object. So now if I come here in my definition of my product and I remove these two, then TypeScript will say, okay, that's fine, no worries. I don't expect the tags and the category always whenever you are creating an object. And as you can see, this question mark actually at the end here, let me see if I can keep the pointer within this rectangle, it adds this undefined type here. So now my category is going to be one of these four initial types that we have declared here, or one of these four initial strings. These are also called literals in TypeScript, and we will explore this in the future. But it's also okay not to pass anything and then to have this key as undefined. The same thing for the tags, right? The tags can either be an array of strings or an undefined. Now let's see what is the consequence of having, for example, the tags marked as an optional property or an optional attribute. Let's say that I would like to iterate over my product.tags. So I would say my product.tags for each, like so. And the moment I call the for each here, TypeScript will start complaining. And why is it so? It's because it will say that tags may be undefined, right? So it will say the tags object is possibly undefined, which means if it is undefined, there is no for each method. So here I can either bring back the tags, like so, and then I will start having an error here in my product that I need to initialize the tags, or I can change the implementation for something like if my product.tags. So if it is defined, then I can call the for each loop, right? So like so, if I wrap this in an if statement that guarantees that the my product.tags is going to be defined, then TypeScript knows, oh, okay, tags is going to be defined, therefore it has to be an array of strings, right? So if I hover here over tags, you see that the compiler is already indicating that this tags is going to have a type of an array of strings, right? So now here I can execute the for each, and I'll simply say tag, and I'll say console.log tag. So for each tag, I'll just print the tag on the screen. Now, if I execute this function on my product, or this small piece of code on my product on the my product variable, this is not going to print anything, right? So I will just execute, and I have again the TV 500. I'll remove the clear here just so we see that we are printing something new. But I can actually create a little function, right? So let's say function print tags, and this function print tags is going to receive a product which is going to be of type product, and it's going to return void. It's not going to do anything, or I mean, it's not going to return anything, but it's going to do something here. And we will see if product.tags, then I will say product.tags.for each tag console.log tag, like so. So now I have a function that can work with any product that I want to pass to this function, and it will check, okay, if the tags attribute is populated, then I'm going to print them. Otherwise, I'm not going to do anything. Here I could even say else console.log no tags, like so. So let's try to run this little function here with two different objects. I will move the definition of my product. I think I can remove this if statement, and this my product I can move down here, and I'll say that's let's say product without tags, like so. And here we would have const product with tags. This is going to be of type product, and this is going to be a title. That could be again a TV. Let's say a price, different price. Now let's put a TV a little bit more pricey because we want those nice tags in the TV. And the tags are going to be 4K, 65 inches, and what was the other one? LED, right? And as you can see, there is something missing here. So the print product summary is still missing. The price is complaining because I wrote it as a string, so it should be a number. And now I need to finish the print product summary, which is going to be the same. So it will return a void method. Here I could even omit this, it's fine. And I will say console.log, oops, backticks, $, this.title, colon, backwards, slash $, then $, this.price, .00, like so. And now I can call this print tags function in both my objects. So now I will call print tags with product with tags and print tags with product without tags. And let's see what is going to be in the console. And as you can see, for the product with tags, I print the 3 tags here. And for the product without tags, I actually print just a string informing, oops, you have no tags. So this is how we can mark attributes in our objects as being optional. And we also saw how we can generalize or use a type in order to correctly type the input, the arguments of a function, right? So this is very, very useful. As you can see now, the function is abstracting the implementation of the product, which means I can call this function, print tags, with any object that satisfies the product interface. Let's try something, and let's remove the type definition of a product in our product with tags, and let's try to run our code again. As you can see, Typescript is not complaining and is executing the code just as before, and this is because it's inferring the type of this product with tags, and what it's doing, it's comparing this with the product type definition, and it's saying, oh, is the title of type string? Yes, it's of type string. Is the price of type number? Yes, is of type number. Is the tags an array of strings? Yes, is an array of strings. And does it have a print product summary? It does. Does the print product summary return void? It does. So this product with tags must be or can be a product, right? This is called duck typing, and the principles of duck typing is like if it flies like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, if it looks like a duck, it must be a duck, right? So we infer the definition of an object based on its properties and behaviors. What would happen if I were to remove this print product summary? Remember, this is a required property in our product definition. So if I remove this, now I have a problem. TypeScript is saying, okay, this object that you defined does not have a required property of our product type definition. So I cannot really ensure that this object is of type product, even though we are not accessing the print product summary within this function, right? So just by typing the arguments that are received by the function, TypeScript is already saying, okay, look, I'm not going to allow you to do that because at some point in the future, you may want to do something like this, console.log, or just product.print product summary, like so. If you ever decide to do this in the future, then this product with tags is not compatible with your function because it does not have this print product summary, right? So TypeScript is already saying, okay, if you want to call the print tags function with any argument, you need to pass an argument that has the same shape or that has all the required attributes and methods of the product type definition. And this is, believe me, extremely helpful in development. Even if I had the print product summary here, and for some reason I made a little mistake and I wrote 4 instead as a number instead of a string, I have a warning. I have, okay, I cannot go any further, and then you see that the message is a little bit more complicated, but the idea here is that it's saying type, string, or number is not assignable to type string. And if I go a little bit more above here, it says that the types of the property tags are incompatible, right? So string or number is not assignable to type string, number is not assignable to type string. So let's see what's happening here. Well, in my product type definition, I am saying that the tags are supposed to contain only strings. But in my product with tags object, I am adding a number. So by inference, TypeScript is saying that product with tags has a tags attribute which has a value or which is an array that contains either a string or a number. So not a string or a number, but contains both strings and numbers, right? It can be only strings, but it can also have a number somewhere in between. So this definition of string or number is not compatible with the definition of just string. That's why we have this little error here. Now, remember, we said that we don't want to use inference because if I know that I want to create a product in advance and I make a little mistake here in writing the tags, TypeScript is not going to complain because there is nothing to compare this product with tags with, right? So the errors that I am going to get are going to happen only when I try to call a method or a function that expects a product, and then TypeScript is going to look, oh wait, the products with tag is actually not of the correct type, so I need to go back to the product with tags and then I need to inspect where the problem is. That's why I really like to type the product with tags already as a product, because then I already have the error here. TypeScript is telling me very clearly that 4 is not assignable to type string. So I think catching bugs like this is much easier than relying on type inference. Personal preference, once again, if you don't want to do that, feel free not to. But from my perspective and from my experience, the sooner we can catch a bug, the sooner we can catch a mistake in implementation, the better. Okay? So this is what I wanted to discuss with you today. I think that this will be very useful for us in our React application. And that's it for this video. Yeah? So if you want to get notifications about future videos being published in the channel, make sure to subscribe. I try to upload videos every day. So far I've been successful, and you will get a little notification every time they are available. And also, if there is any topic related to development that interests you, make sure to write it down in the comments. I try to read all the comments and take into consideration topics that are of your interest when defining the future series of the channel. If you see a topic that is also interesting for you and someone else suggested, then vote with a thumbs up. The higher the importance or the higher the popularity of a certain topic, then the more likely the topic is to be chosen for a future playlist. Okay? Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.